gentleman here I'd like to introduce you to, and I'm going to ask him and discover his story about his hat. Okay, this is the hat. He's buying the Indiana Jones hat. It's an adventurer's hat, and it's a handsome hat. And he's actually a pilot, and this is his first personal hat that you're going to buy, right? Now, tell me about the story you just told me about where the airline that you used to work.
Airlines, the vast majority of them have a uniform hat. A lot of the pilots, pretty much the non-bald ones, don't like to wear the hat.
And why? I'm fascinated.
Well, one, it just messes your hair, or it flattens your hair, or in some cases it's dangerous, because when you're doing a walk around in the airplane and you've got a brim, you can't see things you're going to walk into. So most of us, we just tuck it under our arm, and that appeases everybody, unless some bald guy in management sees us and says, "Why aren't you wearing your hat?" So you'll put it on your head forever.
So you're making a personal choice now to express yourself through your hat. You're not being told by your company to wear a hat.
And it's also fashion, because I think the fashions of the 40s for men were much nicer than the generation I grew up in the 60s with bell bottoms and hip huggers. I thought the pleated large pants and the fedoras was a nicer look.
I agree with you. It's a very handsome. Sure. What I'm trying to do is get your little warble out of your hat because it's going to bug you.
While you're doing that, you should tell the brass monkey.
It has no connotation to monkeys or testicles.
What is it?
In the British Sailing Navy years ago, they wanted to stack cannonballs next to the cannon, so they did it 18, 9, 4, 1. But if the bottom ones rolled out, the whole pile just went all over the deck. So they came up with the idea of taking a piece of steel and making indentations in it, like, for an egg cup type thing.
Yes.
But the cannonball rusted to it. So they thought, okay, we'll make it out of brass. So they made it out of brass, and they called it a brass monkey. And they put cannonballs on it, and it worked. But if they sailed somewhere that was very cold, brass is susceptible to expansion and contraction, and it would contract, the holes became too small, and all the cannonballs would roll off. So that's where it said, freeze the balls off a brass monkey.
Isn't that cool? And it relates so much.
That's so appropriate because we're sailing the Titanic tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good sea
It's a really
story.
good.
I love it.